Okay, let's go through this. So initially we start serving the Matlab files, and then we download the file from the Brightspace and ran it. And in my last video I showed you guys how to create rect function and run it. Now here in this video we are going to do the fourth part. The fourth part says create 4 functions, namely rectem, triangle rm, and unistep, and provide those functions. Okay, they missed one thing. Functions namely rectem, triangular, unistep. You look at that, let's see. We have the we have the unit step, we have the RAM, and we have unit impulse and sinusoidal and rectangular. We have 5 of them, and they ask 4, and 1 is missing. So now I have to take a guess which one it is. Okay, recti, create 4 functions, namely rectem, triangular m, unit step m. Okay, so basically we already done the recti, so that's over here. Triangular, unit step. So what is left? The unit impulse and one more left. Let's see, let's double check what unit step function was there, unit impulse is missing, and the sinusoidal. So they missed the sinusoidal and unit impulse, but let's assume we need all of them, so let's do all of them. And I already created the rectem and rect graph. If you watch my last video you can understand that. So I'm going to use the same tactic to create the other ones. So let's start with the second one. Let's say I want to do the same thing for the unit step function. Okay. Okay, so to create it for the unit step function, first, similar to this, I have to create a function like this. So I go here and just start typing function, or just copy this entire thing and edit it based on what we need. Okay, command V, and here instead of y I'm going to use y1 because y is already used. I had to use something that I didn't use. So here I'm going to just use step because that's what we are looking at here. So y1 is equal to use step, and I'm going to name this one as y1 as well. And for this one the equation is different. The equation for this one is given by t is greater than or equal to 0, so I put that one instead of this. Okay, and I have to serve this, serve as, it's already coming as use step, so that's good. I serve this in this folder. So, and then next one I had to create the script for the graph, so I copied this, paste it over here, and small changes has to be made. Instead of this, instead of y we had to put y1, and instead of this we had to put use step, and then instead of t y I put t and y1, and when I run it should work. Let's see. And I had to serve this one as well. I'm going to serve this one as use step graph. Use step graph. Okay, serve, and here we have the unit step function like that. we have to do the other things. Like we have 3 more left. We taking care of the unit step function. The next one is ramp function. So I go to the next one and copy this. Command V, and then instead of recti I change this one as ramp, and then instead of y I change this one as y2, and here also y2, and the equation for this one is different. I go here and see which one is for the ramp function, and the equation for the ramp function is given by this t times u. So I go to that, copy, and then paste it over here. Okay, now we have the equation, and I'm gonna serve this one. So files serve as is already coming as ram.m. I go to desktop, save. Okay, and the next stuff is we have to write the script for it. I go to the next one, and then I copy this. Okay, and then instead of use step I rename this one as ramp. And instead of y1 I put this one as y2, and this one also y2. Okay, now let's go and run this one. Before I run I have to serve this. I'm gonna serve this one as ram graph. Okay, ram graph.m serve. Okay, I'm seeing an error. Okay, let me see what is the error I'm making. Okay, I declare as this, and yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's the error. Maybe I have to declare the unit step function as well. Let's do that. Because since we are using u of t, maybe we need that. So I go to ram function, and before I use this, maybe I declare before. Okay, now let's okay, so the graph function. Okay, now let's try to run it. Okay, it say the error is over here. Y2 is equal to ram t. y is equal to rect t. We did the exact same thing, and then we declare like this plot ty. It worked. And for this one, y1 is 2 steps t. We declare like this, and it worked. And here unit step function is like this. Okay, it worked. And for the ramp function, okay, what if I use instead of this y1 instead of this? Okay. Oh. Now I see the problem. I have the r as here as well. Okay, so maybe I was right, only that is a mistake. So I'm gonna grab this again. So I'm gonna get rid of this r and use the same formula. Maybe the u of t is built in, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, RAM graph is here. It's perfectly declared, and then y2 is equal to t times u. And okay, let's run this. Okay, still facing the error over here. Maybe instead of using 2, I'm gonna use y1, since that's the unit step function we have. Still giving me the error. T times u. Okay, so I'm gonna try look one more time, and if it's not working, I move to the next one and put this one last. Okay, if it doesn't work, I will make it as the next video. I will figure it out what's wrong. So this one function perfectly declared, and then we create the equation for the function, that is t dot times u. Maybe the dot is a problem. Maybe it's t times u. Let's try that. No, the dot worked over there, because when I run this code, it worked with the dot and printed perfectly, so it should work with that. And then I end, and here we call t is equal to this time interval, and we call the y2, and then ramp t. It should be the same function name we have here. y2 is equal to ramp t, and we are plotting t and y2. Okay, so I don't see anything wrong here, and I run, it's not working. Let's move to the next one. The next one we have is unit impulse function. The equation for the unit impulse function is given by impulse is t is equal to 0. Okay, let's use that. t is equal to 0. Okay, so I go to the next one, and before I do that, I copy paste this. I'm gonna copy paste what's working. So copy this, paste this, command V, and here I'm gonna name this one as y3, and then y3 here as well. And I want to double check if the y2 is already used, because that might cause problem. Okay, it's not used anywhere, so that's fine. Okay, y3 is we are interested in using the impulse, so I'm gonna name this one as what else. You can just put u impulse. Let me see if in the lab they didn't mention the name for that. They only wanted the rectum, triangle, u step, and they didn't have the u impulse, so I'm just going to name it as u impulse. And y3 should be equal to t is equal to 0. So I copy this, paste it over here. Okay, and then save. Okay, save, and then new. In the new I'm going to use this. And here we had to use the same here y3 used. I have to use the y3 here as well. And instead of rect t, we had to use u impulse. And instead of t and y, we put t y3, and then run this. And we had to name this one as well. I put u impulse graph. Okay, save, and it's working perfectly. Okay, so this one works, only the problem is the ramp function. I had to figure out what's wrong here. And last one we have left is sinusoidal function. Let's create a new window for it. Okay, in that one, just gonna grab this one and copy paste. Control Command C and V, and I'm gonna name this one as y4, and this one I'm gonna use that sinusoidal. So let's say sine. I hope this is not, if it's sine t, it might mistaken it for the actual sine. Maybe I put sine of t. Okay, and I name this as y4, and the equation for the sinusoidal, let's find that one out. Okay. I go here, look for the sinusoidal. And it's given by this equation over here. S is equal to A times all these. So I'm going to copy that. And then I paste it over here. So I'm going to after that save it, save as, and then desktop sino.m, save, a new window. We're gonna write this script, command C, command V, and then instead of y3 I'm going to change this y4, and this is sine of t, and this one is y4. Okay, let's run, but I had to save before, so I go to desktop. I'm going to name this as sinograph. Okay, save. I'm getting error. Let's double check. Okay, so there's a variable a, and if I don't have the values for the variable, the graph is not going to work. Okay, so that's why I think they skipped the sign. Let me go here, because if I use that interval, it's not gonna work. And how did they manage to print it here? That's what I'm looking at. Okay, they gave the value for the a 2 and stuff like that, so I think we can avoid that. Since the four of them, I assume based on the observation, it's basically the all these four, the rectangle already done, unit step, ram, and then unit impulse. That's it. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you guys find this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you guys on my next video.